Hello, Penny here. Today on my garden podcast, engage the core, bend at the knees. Oh, why can I never get this right? Oh. I took Zelia out for Mothering Sunday, Smothering Sunday as I like to call it. The lunch thing was interesting. She went, all right, I'm on it, just wait. So at the weekend, I had a great day actually. I popped out and I thought the lawn needs a haircut. You know, like when you've got short hair, you know that after about 4 to 6 weeks you just look a bit shaggy. I thought I'll get the lawnmower out and I'll just do the bit near the back of the house where you can see it. I'll leave the rest, can't be bothered. But no, I got the bug and basically spent 2 hours walking with the lawnmower. That's what I did. I went for a 2-hour walk with the lawnmower, occasionally stopping and doing something that I thought, I need to do that. And what's in front of me is one of those tasks. So what I'd walked past a few times is a cracked pot, a plastic one, bizarrely, that had split, might have split because of cold weather pressures, but also because the plant inside it was absolutely bursting at the seams to come out. And the plant is, now I'm not sure of this, this is where my expertise really comes in. I think it's a hosta. And what it does is it's really sort of burgundy, dark green, shiny leaves with red stalks. Looks a bit like, that lettuce that's got a red stalk. Can't remember the name of it. Anyway, this is a really good story, isn't it? I can't remember what it is and I can't remember what I'm referring to, but you get the picture. Anyway, in the summer, August time, it throws out a load of long shoots with lovely yellow flowers on it. And so the burgundy leaf and the yellow flower look really awesome together and it's lovely. And I've had it for years, which is my excuse for not remembering what it is. And I thought, well, it's always been in a pot to keep it away from the slugs. And so it had become really pot bound. And I love that word because I'm not really sure what it means, but it sounds really effective and expert. Ever so pot bound, but I think it means just absolutely needs to come out because it's like, can you hear that? It's that, that sensation you get when you're rolling a snowball and it gets bigger and bigger and then you get to a point where you can't actually move it anymore or lift it and you just have to heave it around. That is exactly what is happening with this big root ball that I've now taken out of this pot. Anyway, I did that. I took it out the pot on the weekend and I laid it into the veg box thinking I'll come back to that when I've finished the lawn. And then I walked on with the lawnmower for another, it's a big garden, it took me ages and there's lots of finickety little bits that you have to mow around and keep stopping and stuff. Anyway, I thought I can't be bothered, I'll do it tomorrow. But the Sunday was Mothering Sunday, Smothering Sunday as I like to call it. And I got distracted by taking my mum out to a garden centre, appropriately. So before I tell you about Smothering Sunday, well, I'm just going to mention the gardening bit of the episode now, which is going to be lifting up this heavy plant and all the roots that are, desperate to go somewhere else. And I'm going to be wheelbarrowing it 100 feet down the garden and I'll be putting it in a hole. The aim here is to get it to a pot-free garden. And the reason for that is it's just a lot easier to water, keep hydrated, climate-proof it a little bit more so there aren't plants in pots drying out in really hot weather and we're not having to use as much water. And yeah, we've got the luxury, thankfully, of some really nice beds in which to put this stuff that we can't remember the name of. So I'm going to try and lift this. Oh, it seems quite light. Oh, it's like the body of the snowman. Okay, in it goes. Oh, the rattle of the wheelbarrow. So we're just trundled up to the Jasper Memorial Bed, dead cat. Don't know if you remember that from that episode. Dug a hole. I didn't think that was a really good use of podcast time to listen to me dig in a hole. So, right, what are we doing? We're going to put this plant in. That's the obligatory watering of the hole first. This plant's really interesting. It is so rooty, it's just going to get carried away really quickly. I hope it will sustain in the ground. and do its job and not get too eaten by the beasties. Right, let's see if I can reverse pick this up. Engage the core. Bend at the knees. Keep it close to the body. And drop it in. Elegantly drop it in. Now, plant, are you... Oh, no, is it too low? Oh, why can I never get this right? Oh, I'll have to lift it out. Oh, no, I could just tease it open. Maybe just try and wedge it up a bit. And you know what, maybe not actually bothering too much about whether it is down too deep or not. I can't actually get it out the ground anymore because it's sucking itself in with the water, which is a really good trick for getting air out of around the roots when you're putting a plant in, is to make sure there's lots and lots of water there so the soil fills in the gaps naturally. And I've rather been successful with that. No, it's not moving. Right, it's going to have a dip. Let's get some soil around it to backfill. Anyway, so Sunday came along and this poor plant was out exposed, naked, with no pot on it, with the roots dangling towards the old sunshine. And I saw it from the house and I thought, I don't have time to go and put it in the ground. I've got to take my mum out for Mother's Day. Now, you might remember my mum from the first series, Delia, who came round to identify and diagnose the problem that we were having with our tomatoes, because everyone had gone on about how easy tomatoes are to grow, and that was our first summer of having a go at tomatoes, and they didn't grow. Anyway, we had a good ruffle round the old roots and discovered that they were just riddled with some sort of, I don't know, bug or weevil that my mum really enjoys getting between her nails and squeezing like it's a spot. Oh, look at that. All right, yeah. No thanks. I'd rather just let them go. I don't want to kill beasts. Anyway, I took Delia out for Mothering Sunday, as you do, and we went to a garden centre. Now, I'd not been to this garden centre before, but it's one of my mum's favourites. I was trying to get her to broaden her horizons a little bit, maybe try a new restaurant, but no. So we went to the garden centre, and it's where I discovered my mum has a favourite shop there. It's one of those garden centres that doesn't just do, well, none of them do they? Just plants and compost. They do like clothing ranges and garden furniture and everything you need in life, birthday cards, even pan scourers. Some of them have got videos that I got lured in by a couple of weeks ago by a video. It was like a shopping channel style video on this stand, and I watched it and oh my goodness, what couldn't you do with this particular pan scourer? $2.99, it's a bargain and well worth trying. It's the worst thing I've ever had. It's like, it's not optimum at all. It's the opposite of optimum. If I could remember the name of it, I'd bad mouth it, but I can't. Anyway, so one of those garden centres. We're there for a little look round and a bit of lunch. And her favourite shop there is a clothing shop called Class. Klass, Class. And my mum's a bit of a snob, although she wouldn't admit that. And I went, is that because you're dead class, mum? Which is quite northern for really good dead class. She didn't seem to understand what I was talking about. Anyway, we had a look round and then we went for lunch. Now, the lunch thing was interesting, and I do rather like this about garden centres. Not if you're hungry though. Is that it's almost like every day is like a new day for them. Every day, everyone just goes, oh my goodness, we're providing lunch. How are we going to do that? It's like they've never done it before. Everyone looks a little panicked and people are running around doing things, but not really in a coordinated fashion. Customers are really bewildered because they've got a tray in their hand and they're shuffling along towards some sort of till point, having nothing on their tray, and they don't quite know how to order and things like that. Soup of the day menu was hilarious as well. It kind of said it all, really. Soup of the day, I do like a soup. I may have mentioned that before. I think a soup is fantastic, right? So I wanted a soup. Today's soup on a blackboard. Where's today's soup? The headline was today's soup, croutons, bacon bits and fried herb or some sort of garnishy thing. It sounded nice. It's like, right, that's not today's soup. Had to look all the way down to the bottom of the blackboard, which said tomato. It's like, right, that's a topsy-turvy system if ever I knew about one. So anyway, worked out your tomato soup comes with a load of garnishes. And then we were thrown into like the world of cakes in the cooler, looking at all these cakes and buns and slices of lemon drizzle cake and Victoria sponge. I was like, I just want my soup. I don't want to look at this yet. I'm not ready. Anyway, we sit down. We get brought our soups. 2 soups. I think I ordered 2 soups just so I could hear the person behind the till go, 2 soups? If you don't know what that reference is, look it up on YouTube. 2 soups, Victoria Wood. And that'll give you everything you need. Anyway, the 2 soups came and we didn't have any soup spoons. And there were none in the canteen thing. And the woman who'd left them sort of ran away as soon as she'd put the bowls down. And I kind of called out to her. I went, we have some soup spoons? And she didn't turn around and go, yes, of course, I'll be right back. Or, oh, right, yeah, no problem. She just kind of carried on. Anyway, next time she passed by, she was delivering someone's ploughman's lunch or whatever it was, or roast dinner that they would do. And as she passed again, I went, excuse me. And she went, yes, looked me in the eye. I went, do you have any soup spoons? She went, all right, I'm on it. Just wait. It's like, oh my, okay. No one's panicked here, are they? Everyone was like, what are we doing? It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well, it wasn't actually. It was all right. Anyway, I came away with some nice plants, but I did forget about my little one that I'd left out in the garden. So here we are, Tuesday lunchtime. A quick dig, a quick plant, a quick water, and we're on our way again. Happy as Larry.